Now we look at token-based processing. And token-based processing is basically processing input tokens token by token. So either one word or one number at a time. And basically what this is saying is if we have text in here, so if we have hello, hi, 87, and I, all of this would make up a line in a file, and each of these different things that are each of these different strings or numbers that are separated by a white space is a token. So everything that has a white space in between it is another token. When we read tokens into a file, we can do it by using a while loop. So first we will read in our file, and to do this it's standard that we have a throws and a file not found exception. Just in case the file isn't found, then we need to import this, and after this we need to write a scanner that will scan in our file. We'll have scanner, and we can call this read and set it equal to new scanner with a new file, and then the file name we'll just do test.data or test.text since it's a text file, but we don't have a test file, so we'll just do test.text. So in here we will have a double, and this double will get the doubles that are in our file. Hypothetically, if our file was 1.7, 5.3, 6.7, 8.9, 4.5, it would basically be reading all these doubles in. So we'll say that our double, and we'll say sum is equal to 0.0, and what this will do, we'll hold this to add all these values together, but we also want to see how many doubles there are in our file. So we'll do double count, and we'll set this equal to 0 to initialize it. This should be int since it's just counting up numbers. Next we're going to have our while loop. We're going to run this while input dot has next double, similar to has next line or has next. We're going to close off our while loop so we can start writing in it, and inside of our while loop this should be read because it's reading this scanner right here. Inside of our while loop we'll have double, and we'll call this next because it's going to be the next double that's run through, and we're going to set it equal to scan or read dot next, and then we see this menu pops up. We can just click next double. So we have next storing read.next double, the next double that appears. And then we're going to have count plus plus. So every time this runs, we have another double. And then we're just going to print out the current number. We'll do sys out, and we'll say number, and then we have our count, so the number it's currently on, and we're going to set this equal to the next. So the number count, so the current number that we're at, is going to be equal to next. So if we look at this first one, we're going to have the string number, and then count is 0, so number 0 is equal to 1.7. And the next we have number 1 is equal to 5.3. And then after we do this, we want to add these values into our sum. So we'll do sum plus equals next. This way we're basically adding the values together. We need to add the current sum, which holds everything that we've done so far. At the start it's just 0. We need to add this to the value that we are looking at, And then after we break out of our while loop, we can just sys out sum equals and then the actual value of sum. So what we're doing in here is we're really focusing on tokens, and we read a file in this line. We read a file into our code. We have a sum that stores the sum of all of these numbers that would be in a text file. We have int count is equal to 0, and this initializes count, or this declares count. And basically what it's doing is it's storing the current value of each of these. And in our while loop, we're running it while read has a next double. So as long as there is a double in our file, in our text file, we will be going through this code. And then we are setting a double next equal to the current double. Then we're incrementing count to show that we are in the next count. And then we're printing the string number, we're printing where we're at, and then we're printing the actual number itself. Then we are adding this to our sum, and then we are eventually, finally, once our text file is done with all of the text or all of the double numbers, we will print out the sum.